Hello and welcome to the News9 Plus show on the world's first news and current affairs OTT platform, News9 Plus. It's Great Britain's biggest shame, and today the world is talking about it. Multiple rape gangs in the UK, mostly British Pakistani men, enticed thousands of mostly white children with candy, food, drugs and alcohol, and then proceeded to rape them. It didn't end there. The children were passed around and trafficked across the country. Now, the details of these cases are too gory to discuss on television. But the fact is, and the worrying fact is, that this continues till present day. A British journalist, Dominic Green, has called it the biggest peacetime crime and cover-up in British history. He writes, and I quote, "The grooming and serial rape of thousands of English girls by men of mostly Pakistani Muslim background over several decades is the biggest peacetime crime in the history of modern Europe. It went on for many years and it is still going on, and there has been no justice for the vast majority of the victims." Now, the UK is a country with a population of the Indian state of Rajasthan, around 9 crore people. It's mind-boggling to imagine the impact of these crimes on British children over the years. In one city, in just one British city, there were as many as 1,400 children who were groomed or serially raped by these men. Now, joining me on the News9 Plus show to discuss how and why this kind of a phenomenon afflicted Great Britain is Dr. Neeraj Patil, former mayor of the London Borough of Lambeth. I'm also joined by Dr. Irina Zuckerman and Savio Rodriguez. Welcome to the News9 Plus show. Savio, this is one story that we've all been following for several years. It's absolutely shocking, the kind of details that are coming out from the UK, all thanks to, of course, Elon Musk from across the Atlantic. But why was there a conspiracy of silence around all of these rape gangs that were operating in the UK for so long, Savio?
Yes, Sandeep, I'm very glad that you're actually calling it rape gangs, because many people in media have been terming them as grooming gangs. There's nothing grooming about what they have done and what acts they have committed. They have been rapists, and they are a rape gang. They are committing heinous crimes on women and children in the UK. But surprisingly, the people of the United Kingdom have decided to remain silent against such atrocities committed against their own children and girls. So I believe this is stemming from this fear psychosis towards raising questions against people of Islamic origin. Most of these rapists will be of Pakistani origin, and that unfortunately is an Islamic origin. And people in UK and other parts of Europe, in their liberalized minds, in their liberalized thought process, is actually thinking that raising questions against such heinous crime committers, that they are really targeting them because of their religion. No, a rapist is a rapist irrespective of his religion. The mere fact that they have taken for granted the lacunae that exists in the United Kingdom and the fear psychosis that the people of the United Kingdom have against Islamists is the reason why they perpetuated the crime for decades. It is not something that has come out now. We've been hearing about it for decades. The point is this: today, the radical Islamist, has been tormenting Europe, and they've been using the women as a target to torment them by either raping them or by having sexual relationships with them, and thereby they're looking at penetrating into Europe through their own own mass population. That's what they're doing. This is not just an act of a crime of gang rape or rape. It is a plan, it is a strategy of Islamic radicals to actually attack and conquer Europe, and UK and other parts of Europe are targets of the Islamic lobby. the
Right.
Islamic radical lobby to be precise.
Absolutely. There seems to be a plan to all of this, Dr. Sukuman, as Savio was explaining. I mean, it's almost like a military plan spread over decades where you have gangs of these British Pakistani men that are going around, raping these children. It's absolutely shocking the kind of details. I mean, they're too explicit, some of those cases, to even mention over here. But, I want to talk about the whistleblower in all of these cases, if you can call him that, that's Elon Musk. Elon Musk, it's only thanks to him that we're, revisiting all of these cases. We knew all of them, but over the last couple of days, Elon Musk has been putting it out on X, his social media platform, and highlighting all of these cases, atrocities, and that's actually forced the world to take notice. Why do you think Elon Musk is doing this, Dr. Sukuman? Is it part of his larger anti-liberal agenda that he's pursuing, or is it something more than meets the eye?
Thank you so much for this question. I'm afraid that what I'm about to say is not going to make anyone happy. It is absolutely true that the United Kingdom has a problem with the Pakistani rape gangs, with Islamists, with political correctness,
Right.
with cover-up and corruption. There's no question that there's been extensive corruption and cover-up of these cases over many years.
Yes.
But it is also true that mainstream media in the UK has covered both the actual issue and the cover-ups and the silence of mainstream institutions extensively. The Telegraph, for instance, has done an excellent job in bringing these issues to light and in giving voices to the victims and uncovering this methodology. And without a question, the issue with these rape gangs is only part of the larger problem of Islamists operating in the United Kingdom being granted asylum. And there are cases that are even worse than these rape gangs. We have cases of Islamists with blood on their hands from terrorism in other
Yes.
countries flocking to UK. However, be it as it may, and as legitimate as it is to be concerned about it, I do not think, based on the record, that Elon Musk's main concern here are the victims, or for that matter, bringing the perpetrators to justice.
Right.
This issue only appeared after Elon Musk was criticized for offering to fund the Reform Party, which is gaining ground in the United Kingdom. The Reform Party is currently headed by Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage has been a widely controversial figure who, on the one hand, pushed the issue of Brexit into the mainstream discourse in the UK and gave voices to the many people in the UK who legitimately were concerned about federalism and excessive control by Brussels and by Germany.
Yes.
But on the other hand, he was also criticized for allegedly having given voice to Russian propaganda, Russian narratives, and taking money from businessmen in UK who allegedly had business ties also with Russia. After the war in Ukraine, Farage has moved away from these narratives, and Musk actually has an issue with him over
Yes,
that. Musk,
absolutely. So wheels within wheels, Dr. Sukuman, as you mentioned, and Dr. Neeraj Patil now joins me. He's a Labour Party leader from the UK. Dr. Patil, I want to ask you this. The story of these rape gangs, it's been known for a while. It's absolutely horrifying, the kind of details that have emerged of the kind of, the kind of criminal barbarity with which British children were being targeted with. Why has this not inspired a larger outcry? And I'm asking you this from New Delhi because of that one case in 2012. You had the Nirbhaya rape case, which actually led to a sweeping change in the way we saw crimes against women. Has there been a similar outcry in the United Kingdom, given the fact that all of these cases date back, some of them date back to the 1970s even, and some, we are told, continue till date, 2024? Dr. Patil.
So, the thing is, what happened in Rotherham is appalling, and our thoughts and prayers are with the families of the victims. Right. We all, let us set politics aside,
right,
and let's all focus on the families. Okay, our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the victims, And let us talk factual facts here.
Right.
Now, all this happened between 1997 and 2013. And Keir Starmer, when he was a public prosecutor, he
Yes.
got many of these people prosecuted, and many of them are behind the bars.
Right.
And yes, there were failings in the system to protect, and cross party, conservative party, labor party, we all admit, yes, there have been failings,
Yes.
there have been inquiries, and it's still ongoing. And we are trying to secure as many convictions as possible. That's the
Right.
truth.
Absolutely. But, Dr. Patil, I have also to ask you this. Why Elon Musk has been directly attacking the UK Prime Minister for, of course, the reason that you mentioned, that he was the Crown prosecutor in the period of these cases. You see a political agenda behind Elon Musk's attacks on the UK Prime Minister?
See, let me, I want to keep the victims and Elon Musk aside, okay?
Right.
Now, what Elon Musk is doing is he wants his friend Nigel Farage to be the Prime Minister of Britain, and that is why he is raking up the issue. Now he's got hold of Twitter, okay, which is one of the most powerful media tool in the world. Now he wants to get his friend, the Prime Minister of Britain, Mr. Nigel Farage. So that's why he's raking up this issue.
Savio, you agree with that? Is it Elon Musk trying to make his friend Nigel Farage the Prime Minister of the UK?
Well, Elon Musk is a very interesting individual and a very interesting businessman, and somebody who's very keen in playing a power broker right now. So I'm not going to rather comment. I'm going to allow for the intent of his game to come more to light. But Elon Musk is not as easy as or as simple as it's made out to be. There's always an agenda that Elon Musk has. Sometimes that agenda is favorable to people who support him, and sometimes that agenda is not favorable for people who don't support him. And but he is a controversial character. He's an intriguing character, and he certainly has an agenda behind going and bringing this up. But having said that, the most important thing is that by him raising the issue up right now,
Yes.
at least the world is taking notice of what is happening to these young girls in Britain. They were being cases have been going on for decades.
Right.
It's as simple as this story, if you remember, Boston Globe had done
Yes.
on sexual abuse cases that were committed by priests to young children and minors,
Yes.
at some point of time, and that was made into a movie that was called Spotlight.
Yes.
The world started to take notice of the criminality that happened within the Catholic Church at that time,
Right.
and there were actions taken. Hopefully, with the expose that Elon Musk has done and the use of social media to highlight
Yes.
the horrific and heinous crimes that have been committed, justice to those girls will be seen and will prevail. That is what we want. That is what the hope is.
Yes.
Because the noise is all right. The noise must translate into justice to those girls and putting of the criminals behind bars. Is that
Yes,
simple as
absolutely. Dr. Patil wants to come in. Yes, Dr. Patil.
The thing is, sir, all these things happened between 1997 and 2013, bro. Okay. It's all before the media, but now because Elon Musk has tweeted, it's becoming global issue. I blame sometimes the media also. So why media is giving so much importance to Elon Musk's tweet? He may be the richest person in the world, but he is not an elected representative.
Right.
This is where the thing is, the narratives are set by people who have money. Okay, this is not a new thing. This is if you go back, okay, many people have already been convicted, and Keir Starmer is working left, right, and center. He worked very hard as
Yes.
a crown prosecutor to get many of these rapists, this women beaters, wife
Yes.
beaters behind the jail. And why is Elon Musk attacking Keir Starmer now? The thing is, this, the thing, what we want, the thing is, we all, as global citizens, we
Yes.
have our duty towards the family of the victims.
Right.
And I don't agree with what Elon Musk is doing. He's playing politics with people's lives. And media, especially, any media or media is reacting to his narrative. If Elon Musk tweets, so what? He's not Donald Trump. He may be a friend of Donald Trump,
Right.
but he is not Donald Trump.
He is not Donald Trump, Dr. Patel. Dr. Sukoban, Elon Musk is
But he is
not
not elected. I agree.
Donald Trump.
He
He
is
is
not
not an
elected
elected
representative.
representative, but he's very close to Donald Trump. And in fact,
So
if
what?
reports
So what?
go, he actually lives in Mar-a-Lago, right next to the president-elect. So that gives him a very unique position in U.S. politics, Dr. Sukuman. Do you believe that this is just a one-man show that Elon Musk is planning to do with politics in the UK and other countries, of course, or is there a larger Republican agenda in what's going on right now?
To Donald Trump's credit, I have not seen him meddle in the British or, for that matter, German politics the way Elon Musk has.
Right.
He has focused on the issues that are priority for the United States, and rightfully so. I'm surprised, by the way, that Elon Musk has not done the same in his native country of South Africa, where rape is rampant, where
Right.
the rates of AIDS are extremely high, and where there are rampant conspiracy theories about how allegedly raping virgins will cure the men infected with AIDS from that disease. Elon Musk has not said anything about the crime rates in South Africa, or the fact that South Africa too has made unsavory alliances with Islamists of various brands. Indeed, it appears to be that his move is nothing more than political opportunism. His tweets lack specificity. He's not bringing attention to any specific cases that are facing challenges in courts in bringing justice to the victims. Instead, he's making generalizations aimed at attacking Starmer and his record. And by the way, it's legitimate to criticize
Yes.
politicians. Elon Musk has freedom of speech. He can write whatever he wants, but his presentation matters, the message matters, and political opportunism is not going to be helpful to the victims. In my opinion, it will actually ensure exactly the opposite impact. It will maybe rally up the voters within the reform
Right.
party and sympathizers, but it will not change policies. It will only discredit the case and the issue simply because Elon Musk has made it his pet cause and is appearing to be meddling in British politics for entirely narrow reasons, and that will actually could be weaponized by his political adversaries in the
Yes.
UK to avoid accountability.
Right. Dr. Patel, how does this affect the case or the cases that are ongoing right now? This very spectacular intervention by the world's richest man who owns one of the world's most influential, media mouthpieces. The fact that he's highlighted something that's on for several years now, how does it change the cases or the ones that are currently underway in the United Kingdom, the prosecution of all of these cases?
Sure. This is not going to affect the cases because, as convictions are based on evidence.
Yes.
And the thing is, as far as I know, the thing in none of the political parties in the United Kingdom will interfere in any live case. Okay, the investigation
Right.
goes on, and based on the merits of the evidence, people who are perpetrators will be convicted. And if you look at a lot of about many men are facing jail. Some have been put in
Yes.
jail for more than 10 years. And coming back to the Elon Musk thing, what is unfortunate is a tweet from the world's richest man has been, you know has playing up, what you call, has been given too much attention by the media, while the true fact is all this happened between 1997 and 2013. And what was
Right.
the media doing at that time then? This is already, this is not a new thing, it's happening now. The thing is, one of the things I want to emphasize is, people like Elon Musk. Okay, if if he wants to, if he cares so much for the society, let him become a member of parliament in South Africa, or let him become a member of parliament in United Kingdom, and then try to, uh, you know, correct the society. Freedom of speech doesn't mean, you know, you can just say whatever you like. He's even attacking. He has used derogatory terms towards one of our cabinet ministers, Jess Phillips. The
Yes.
kind of terms he has used against Jess Phillips, it's not professional. It's all in the public domain, his tweets. This is the issue.
Yeah, this is the issue indeed. And Savio, is it Elon Musk versus the Labour Party, or is it Elon Musk versus immigrants into Europe, or is it much more than all of this? But like you said, Elon Musk needs to be credited for highlighting this issue that had been on the back burner. Possibly the media is equally to blame for the fact that we didn't highlight this very, very important issue when it actually broke out several years ago.
The grooming gangs have not stopped their atrocities as far as the young girls in UK are concerned, because that continues even now.
Yes.
So let's not live in a fool's land, because the reality is we have to protect the young girls, to protect our children. That's the reality. Now, why Elon Musk is doing it and what are the political intentions of Elon Musk doing it, that is for the people within the political spectrum to decide, to evaluate, and then act accordingly. What I am most concerned about is that there are crimes being committed against young girls by these gang of rapists who are of Islamic origin. And I have been continuously saying that the Islamic radicals have a very deviant bent of mind, and their intent for Europe and other parts of the
Yes.
world is very deviant. The rape and gang rapes and what you're seeing happening in the UK is just a reflection of that deviant state of mind that they want to perpetuate in countries that they want to have a hold in. And their target is Europe. And you will realize, with the rising population, the increase in refugees coming into Europe, their
Yes.
intent is to take control of Europe and do it by best means possible to them. And fear and rape are tools that they have used for centuries. It's nothing new.
Savio, sorry to interrupt you. I'm just going to take a closing comment from Dr. Patil and we wrap this segment.
Britain is a diverse country. This is a tolerant country. We want all the religions to coexist.
Right.
Okay. Now, we want Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Jews to live in harmony, and this is what I want to emphasize. And
Right.
Labour Party is working towards that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Dr. Sukuman, Dr. Patil, and of course, Savio Rodriguez for joining us on this issue that's created a transatlantic conflict of sorts between Elon Musk, the world's richest man, and of course, the political parties in the UK, the grooming gangs, the rape gangs of British Pakistani origin that have created a huge controversy in the United Kingdom. That's a story we'll be following in multiple issues of this show. Thank you for watching. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said that 2025 was going to be the year of reform. Now, this could mean that India's theatre commands are finally getting the green signal. Now, all services will operate under a single commander in a theatre command. These commands will combine the 17 single service commands. But one of the biggest item of reform is that the Indian Army's lieutenant generals will henceforth be judged on merit and not seniority. Why is this significant? Joining me to discuss this is Lieutenant General Rakesh Sharma, who was Adjutant General of the Indian Army. Now, the Adjutant General, of course, is the post that handles all human resource planning of the Indian Army. General Sharma, welcome to the News9 Plus show. Explain to our viewers why this reform is so significant And why did it take so long to get it implemented? We believe the other two services already look at merit in promotions and not just seniority. Why is the Army the last to follow this rule?
Thank you, Sandeep, for inviting me. the It's not simple. Firstly, I do not know the fine print of the new policy which has come out. It's not come out in open exactly
Right.
as to how and what we are going to implement. But having said that, it is wrong to say that we were not implementing the policies as per merit and only by seniority. The promotion to the rank of lieutenant general is carried out strictly as per merit.
Right.
There is a board held and the board approves people as per number of vacancies, and that many people get promoted. Now, in lieutenant general's rank, there are three different ranks by itself.
Right.
There is a rank which is like, for example, commanding a corps or being a director general, and then becoming PSOs or then becoming the army commander. So the lieutenant general rank itself is split into three parts.
Right.
Now the corps commanders' reports were pen picture type reports, and in case they had the residual service, they would get promoted to the rank of army commander on their own turn. That is, at that juncture, there was no board held for becoming army commanders.
Right.
I might doubt if the other two services hold a board for becoming army commanders in equivalent in Navy and Air Force. No, there are no separate boards held for the becoming CNCs. It is after you become a air marshal or a vice admiral, you get promoted to that appointment. So there is no great difference between the three services on this one.
Right.
That's one. Second issue is that, you see, when most of these policies at the higher rung get changed, suddenly 2 years residual service to become army commander was changed to 1.5 years.
Yes, 18 months.
Previously, it was 18 months.
Yes.
And before that, they were, new command is raised. Suddenly, at a particular time, a new command is raised, Southwestern Command. Every time this happens, it gives rise to a feeling that these are tailor-made policy changes to benefit particular people.
Right.
A change of this kind, where you are going to tell a corps commander that you are fit to command, say, 14 corps, take on operations entirely in Ladakh, but unfit to become an army commander because the report as corps commander is bad. Well, I think it's a very judgmental issue here.
Right.
And it's very difficult to how would you go implementing it, because if he was commanding operational corps, any one of the operational corps, to say that you cannot do, say, RTRAC Army Commander after commanding 14 corps, it doesn't sound logical and right. You can give him a charge of, 70,000 people to command in Ladakh, and suddenly you say you can't do Army Commander RTRAC. I think there is a mismatch here which needs to be sorted out.
It's a mismatch, General Sharma, but the promotion pyramid becomes very steep, as you rise up the ranks. And what are the ratios? Give our viewers an idea of, of a batch of a couple of hundred officers. How many would actually make it to the topmost rank of Lieutenant General? Of course, the Army Chief is beyond that, but Lieutenant Generals alone, how many would, of an initial batch of officers, how many would go right up to the top of 3 stars?
So if today we say we have about 15 to 1800 people, officers joining every year, about the total number of lieutenant generals are, I think, 91 if I'm not wrong. It used to be 91 when I was around. So, actually 0.8% people rise up to become a major general. 0.8% rise up to become a major general. The pyramid is so steep, and major general is joint secretary, which in civil in the IES becomes in 16 to 18 years service. In our case, a joint secretary equivalent, a major general will become a 25, 26 years service. But only 0.8 would become. The rest will retire at lower ranks. So you're right. The pyramid is as steep as it can be, and it needs to be sorted out. But only thing is, higher you have larger number of ranks is also problematic because of management of the issues.
Right. So the issue here is for the promotion from the Major General to the Lieutenant General rank, where you're saying that
No. Major General to Lieutenant General rank, there is a service SSB.
A board.
There is a there's the final board which takes place, which decides Major General to Lieutenant General, which is the army commanders, the seven of them, and the
Right.
chief will sit down who decide. So that board makes you Lieutenant General. Of that board, only a fixed number of people are approved to command a corps. So they're about, say, 11. I mean, I would say often between 9, 10, 11, depending on vacancies, that many only can become a corps commander. We have
Right.
14 corps, so
Yes.
11 become corps commanders, 2, 3 get approved on staff.
Right.
So there are only 11 being approved, for example, I'm just saying, to Lieutenant General on by the board to become corps commanders. Of that, depending on 1.5 years residual service, you become army commander or you don't become army.
Yes.
So the board which is not being held is between corps commanders and army commanders. The board is being held to promote you to a lieutenant general rank.
Right. So it is corps commanders to army commanders, which is, like you mentioned, the lieutenant general rank itself has many shades, possibly 3 shades right there, and it is the race to the very top of the grade of lieutenant general, which is the army commander. And now, given the fact that you have theatre commands coming in as well, there would be one more layer added to that, which is the theatre commander, who's one step above an army commander.
So you're right. There will be one more layer which will be added in theatre commanders whenever theatre commanders come through, because the army commanders which are existing today, or the CNCs, the Navy and the Air Force, all of them are not being wound up. They're going to remain as you are.
Yes.
So what happens is that theatre commanders, I gather, of course it's not come out in the open, but what I gather is that there will be a northern command, or there will be a western command, and there'll be eastern command, but there will be a commander, a theatre commander, who will oversee the functioning of, say, northern command and eastern command, which is fixated towards China, say.
Yes.
So there is one more rung being added into
One more rung is being added. So do you think that this new promotion policy could be to select the lieutenant generals that will go into this new rung of officers?
Very good idea. I mean, it's a very good idea. Only thing is that, when we make policies, the policies must be implemented prospectively. You say a policy, it's thrown out in the open, you discuss it, you debate it, you fine tune it, and say it is implementable from 1/1/2027.
Right.
So you give yourself 2 years to warm up to that policy. Then the policy is not tailored for a particular person. For example, if you say the policy is approved in January this year, and the first board is being held in the month of April, when normally boards takes place, then month of April, how it's judgmental issues in 3 months to say this corps commander is not fit to become a CNC in April. It's too short a time. There should be time given to judge also. These are not knee-jerk policies.
Right.
You are playing with lives of the organization. It's not a personality. It's not that I am not becoming army commander. It's the organization that has to change.
It's the organization that has to change, and it seems it's on its way to change. But General Sharma, just last question. You mentioned at the beginning that there was this aspect of seniority based on date of birth and residual service. It was earlier 2 years. It was then modified to 1.5 years. That's 18 months. Does that policy continue with this new thing of merit over seniority, or does that go out of the window altogether now?
Just no idea how this happens, because is it necessary to become an army commander to become a CNC, to become a theatre commander? I mean, these are very critical issues. As it is, you're having lieutenant generals who are picking up their rank at, by say, 55 years of age, and he tends to retire at 70. He has to command a corps for a year and a half, and then do some kind of stuff. So the time available for him to do an army commander, also do a theatre commander, and then be available to become either the chief or the CDS, the time is too short.
Right.
If the time is too short, then how do you manage it? So maybe a corps commander could be approved directly to become a theatre commander. Right. It doesn't become an army commander, or some other system to be. Otherwise, if you follow one more sequential action,
Yes.
then everybody will be on the marks go. You
Yes.
get promoted, you run away to the next appointment, to run to the next appointment. You're not able to contribute your best into the assignment you're holding. You're
Yes.
just looking for next promotion.
Right. So that's Lieutenant General Rakesh Sharma on the new army policy of merit over seniority, a policy that's going to be rolled out very quickly in just 2 months, General Sharma, and we're going to be waiting to see more details on this and what this means for ensuring that the Indian Army gets its best commanders to head the theatre commands. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Sandeep.